Hi, today is June the 30th, and I'm coming on. I wanted to speak with recent college graduates. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this, I have a pet peeve, and that is that there are so many college graduates who cannot find or cannot land a professional entry level job. You know how a lot of people say, well, it's not what you know, it's who you know, and sometimes they're exactly right with that. But what I want to do on here, I did one video and I have it ready to post tomorrow, which is Sunday, the 1st of July. And I'm going to try to do like a couple of them. And this is going to be the second one. But anyway, so where I'm here, I'm actually looking through my screen and not on the computer. My eyes are real bad, y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to, like I said, help somebody. Okay, so let me move that. Okay. So here, you see where it says audio visual production specialist recent graduates, and if you go down you'll see several, and they say recent graduates, contact representative, customer service, recent graduates, and that's with the Social Security Administration. Administrative technical specialist, that's with the Naval Sea Systems, just different agencies. And so when they talk about recent graduates, and look at the starting pay. The starting pay is $40,000. And depending on your location, that could be a good starting salary or not. But I'm in Louisiana, and we actually have some entry-level professional jobs as low as $24,000. And that's why that's why my recommendation is, if you can't find an entry-level professional job within your first year of graduation out of college, my recommendation is that you relocate. Because if you accept a job making $24,000, you'll look back in 20 years, if you're with an agency that don't give annual increases, you won't be making 40 in 10 years, 20 years sometimes. So, you know, you got to do what's in your best interest. A lot of people start businesses. I understand that. Everybody is not business savvy, but you have to do what works best for you. So when we're talking about a recent graduate, let's go in and see exactly what they're talking about. Let's go to the benefit authorizer recent graduate with the Social Security Administration. I've actually sent my resume to them before. So this job salary is from $40,000 to $64,000, which means you will most likely start at $40,000 if you don't have any experience and you just have a degree. Sometimes if you have the experience along with the degree, you'll be able to get in with a higher rate. Because see, the lowest pay, that GS5, that's going to be the $40,000, and the 7 is going to go up. 64 is normally the maximum for that range. Okay, so, and it's a permanent position. So when you go down, it's in Richmond, California. Now, California, 40,000 seems like it may be a little low. And it's closing on the 5th of July. I'm not specifically talking about this job for anybody. I'm just I'm walking you through the process. And they tell you where it's located at. It's in Richmond, California. Additional selections may be made within 6 months from the closing date of the announcement. This position has promotional potential to a GS9. So you will start at a 5 and go up to a 9. And it goes on to tell you what the responsibilities are. And then it tell you about the travel that's required. And then, so it goes down here, requirements. Must have a qualifying degree or certificate. You're going to have security, a background investigation. You're required to serve a trial period, which is normally 12 months. Relocation will not be paid. Some of the positions, though, you can actually, they'll pay you to be relocated. Now, in one position I had in HR, we actually would relocate, and the managers, they would actually help them close on their house, buy them out of contracts, help them get new locations and everything. So it just depends on your job. Okay, so to qualify, here are the qualifications. To qualify for the recent graduates program, applicants must have completed all requirements of an academic course of study leading to an associate, bachelor, master's, professional, doctorate, vocational, or technical degree, or qualifying certificate program from an accredited educational institution within 2 years preceding the closing date of this announcement. And then see, preference eligible veterans who, due to military service obligations, were precluded from applying to the program during any portion of the 2-year eligibility period are entitled to a full 2-year period of eligibility upon release or discharge from active duty. In no event, however, may the eligibility period extend beyond the 2 years from the date on which the preference eligible veteran, I'm sorry, beyond 6 years. And so you can go ahead and read about that. But what I'm telling you, for recent graduate eligibility, the transcript or official letter from the registrar's office must include the date your degree or certificate was conferred. Applications will not be considered without this documentation. Note, copies of degrees, certificates, and diplomas are not considered acceptable documents to determine recent graduate eligibility. Proof of education must be submitted with your application package and received by the closing date of the announcement. Candidates must meet the basic qualification requirements for the position being filled, including any positive educational requirements and or selected placement factors. Okay, see GS5, 3 years of general experience equivalent to the next lowest grade level. A GS7, 52 weeks of specialized experience. Part-time work is prorated. And you will have a panel interview substituting education. If you are qualifying for this position based on completed education at an accredited U.S. university, you must provide, completion of a 4-year course of study in any field leading to a bachelor's degree, a combination of post-high school education and a general experience described above. 1 year study is defined as 30 earned semester hours or 45 earned hours. So it gives you all the basics, everything that you'll need. If you graduated with honors of 3.5, then sometimes that helps get you in the door also. And it tells you how you can combine your education and experience. Now here's the thing. When you go to apply for these positions, you have to do it within your first 2 years out of school. You understand what I'm saying? So a job like this will be your first 2 years. So even, and as I said in my previous video, even if the pay is low, if you can afford, if you can maintain your household at this income, I would recommend that you apply for the federal government recent graduate jobs. This is for any new graduate. And like I said before, there is an opportunity to advance. Let me take you back to the USA Jobs site. Okay. Now, when I go to look for jobs on usajobs.gov, I have to go to where it says open to the public because I am not a status employee. So then there are jobs for federal employees. And right now it says it's only 47. It says it's more for the open to the public than that's for current federal employees. Okay, that may be true, but a lot of times if it's open to the public, remember, veterans get first preference. Now, so recent graduates, if you've just graduated from college, now is an opportunity. What you can do is go up here. And I'm sure most college graduates already know this, but you know what? We're going to have to stop assuming that people know everything and just help them out, okay? Up here where it says location, put the location where you're located or where you're willing to move. If you're in a state where they're last and everything bad, if they're last and everything, if they're first and everything bad and last and everything good, it's probably time to move anyway. And I don't even want to go into no details about that. I'm just going to leave that where it is. But what I'm saying is I'm trying to help somebody. Because my pet peeve is interviewing somebody with a degree for a job that don't even pay $10 an hour. It's annoying. It's frustrating because I'm a college graduate. I know the sacrifices that have been made. I have left work and gone to school. I've left 2 jobs, went to class, left 1 job, went to class, went on another one to see some students because I was like going into the homes on this program called the HIPPY program, home instruction program for preschool youngsters. That was the name of it. But I went around. What we would do, we would role play on Monday, and I was blessed because I was working on a job. They would let me do that. I wouldn't work my job on Monday. I would role play on my second job on Monday mornings. I would leave there and go to a class at 1 something on Monday evenings. And so I would sometimes have to go in on my permanent job Monday evening to make up my time. But anyway, I did that. And I did that for 2 years until I graduated because you know what? I wanted better for myself. And I made all those sacrifices. I did. I wasn't a traditional student. I had 2 kids in school when I went back to college. And I got a testimony, I really do, because I had to end up taking a class that had a prerequisite that I didn't have, and the only way I got into that class, it was my last semester of college. The only way I got into that class because a girl I knew needed the same class to graduate. And you know what that professor asked her? Do you think she'll be able to keep up in that class? But guess what, y'all? I made a B just like she did. God is good. He has brought me from a long way. That's why my passion is in helping somebody else. If I can make your life easier, that's what I want to do for anybody. I don't care what the circumstance. It may not be monetary, but I can give you a word of encouragement, or I can lead you in the right way where you can do for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? It's not always about money. But if I can show you how to go out and get it for yourself, that's what I want to do. My passion is to help people learn to take care of themselves. That's no better feeling than being able to do the things that you need to do for yourself and also be able to help others. But anyway, so that's why I'm passionate about doing this. If you are a recent graduate from college, go on. They even say, did you see they said technical colleges with certificates and all that? So if you just recently, even if you just recently got a certificate, as a pharmacy tech, there are pharmacy technician positions with the federal government, and that pay starts off at $38,000, I think. And some pharmacy techs here locally, I research jobs. That's my job, to research other positions. And I see some pharmacy techs don't make but $10, $50, $11 an hour at some of these grocery stores and things like that. So you have the opportunity to start off at $38,000. And if you a CNA, I remember when you used to go and work at a hospital as a CNA, you didn't need a certificate. Now you have to have certification. Guess what, y'all? If you a CNA and you got to get certified to do that, go back and become an LPN or RN or get one of those jobs they send you to school to be a radiation therapist or something. I'm sorry, not radiation. Radiation and respiratory therapist is what I was trying to say, though. Always look for ways to make yourself better, especially doing something that you love to do. So that's my passion, to help people. If I can help one person land a job this way, then you know what? It just makes me feel good. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to talk about tonight. Much love to all y'all. Welcome to my channel, all my new subscribers, my old subscribers. Thank you for hanging with me. I don't come on. I'm trying to do better. I do work full time, and my job is not a physical job, it's more a mental thing. So sometimes I just have to in the daytime I just have to exhale. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. So I want to help somebody. If you're a recent college graduate and sometimes it's scary, like what now? I used to miss going to class and studying. If you want to further your education, go ahead and do that. My advice with that, we're going to talk about that later. Find you a job, preferably with a company that's going to pay your tuition. You go to class, you pay your tuition, you buy your books, and if you make a C or above, and if that class, say for instance, if you're going to get your MBA and you're in a manager for a company or something, sometimes they'll pay your tuition, reimburse you if you make a C or better. But check all that out, and all that's very, very important. So we're going to talk about these things. A lot of times people come and the reason why, and I don't know if that's just a Louisiana thing, because I have steered a lot of people. I'm not patting myself on the back. I give God all the glory. I just want to help somebody. So I love y'all. Today is Saturday. It's 6:28. I'm getting off of here for good for now, and I'll come back and discuss another area that you can go with the federal government. So I've never worked for the federal government. This is just things I've learned in life along the way. I found some people who was willing to give me advice, and I'm passing it on. So I love you again. Like I said, be blessed. Enjoy your day. Bye.